Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Lorraine. I haven't put out a video in a while, so here I am. Hello world. How you guys doing? So I have got a ton of new content coming out for you guys, and my newest show that comes out today is Overcoming an Employment Gap. And when I say show, I mean my podcast, Career UpRising, which you can find on pretty much every major outlet out there, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, all the good stuff. I'm there. So, what we're going to talk about today is a little snippet, a little preview of what the show goes into is what do you do when you have a less than perfect employment history, which I've had, and especially when you have a gap, right? So you've been unemployed for some reason, or maybe you took time out of the workforce voluntarily to raise your kids, go back to school, travel, whatever. There's a lot of reasons why people might have a gap in their work history. And I want you to know that this is way more normal than you think. So what I'm going to outline for you right now in the next couple of minutes are 3 steps for you in how you can overcome an employment gap and still kick butt out there and get back to work. Sound good? Okay. So step 1 is to own it. Just own it. Don't try and cover it up. Okay, it happens. Life is messy. People get fired. People get laid off. People quit. There are so many reasons, that legitimate reasons, why you might have a gap in a period of time where you're not working. Okay, life freaking happens. So I want you to normalize it and I want you to own it. And I think the biggest hurdle that people have is, well, how am I going to overcome this? How am I going to explain this to my next employer? Well, if you're going to explain it to them, you have to be comfortable with it. That's it. You need to get comfortable within yourself with whatever the reasons were for what happened, okay? I've been laid off. I've been fired. I've had all kinds of crazy things happen that have caused me to separate and have periods of unemployment in my career. And what I have found is that it's okay. You need to basically double down on it and you don't need to offer more information than what they need, but you need to get comfortable with it and be like, it's okay. It's okay. This happened. I'm all right with it. And when you can convey that authenticity and that confidence and show that you don't regret it, you've got nothing to hide. Like, I'm just me. I'm showing up in this interview. This is me. I got nothing to hide. That's the authentic interview. That's the person that I'm going to want to hire, okay? Even if you have a less than perfect work history, okay? So step 1, if you are going to have any chance of being comfortable sharing this and overcoming it with employers, you have to actually be comfortable with it yourself. Otherwise, you're just faking it and you're just lying and trying to say all the right things to impress them, and nobody wants to hire that person, okay? You don't want to be that person. So own it, step 1. And so along those lines, the next step is to explain it. So I say this all the time. The only time an employment gap is truly fatal is if you don't explain it. If you just stop your resume and it stopped a year ago and I don't know what's going on. Were you in jail? Like what happened? I don't know. So don't let the person who's reading your resume, don't let their mind wander, especially if you took time off for a good reason. If you were raising your kids or caring for somebody in your family who is sick, put that down. Put, personal leave of absence, caring for an ill family member, or went back to school, personal travel, whatever it was, stayed home to raise kids, and then put the dates on there. I would recommend putting something on there so they kind of know what you were doing. And of course, you want to fill that time as best you can with things like maybe contract work, volunteer work, taking courses. If you know you're going to be unemployed for a period of time, maybe if you're at the beginning of it, you just got laid off, come up with an action plan. What are you going to do while you job search to fill that time? Because you're going to be explaining that, and it's going to make it so much easier to explain it. If you can show you were productive during that time, you'll have more to put on your resume to explain. Took personal leave of absence, went back to school, took such and such courses, something like that. Whatever. So I can help you with that as a coach if you know, whatever your unique situation is. But I want you to own it and feel comfortable with it. And then I want you to explain it. And then the last step is I want you to network, network, network. When you have something to overcome, you have a blemish, a period of unemployment, it is even more important than it ever was that you try to get a job through people that you know. They can refer you, they can introduce you, they can be like, look, hey, I know, don't be, don't be misguided by what you see on this guy's resume. I'm gonna vouch for him. He's amazing. Yeah, he's been unemployed for a little while, but he's awesome. When you have that like champion there, somebody who's saying, here, look at this resume. Look, don't worry about what you see there. I'm going to vouch for him. Oh my God, that's so powerful. You need to have champions and brand ambassadors, and you need to be getting a job through a person, because then you can explain your situation a lot better than you can on a piece of paper, right? Because a resume is just a piece of paper at the end of the day, and it's really hard to explain a situation with just that. So I hope that helps you. I go into even more depth in the show, overcoming an employment gap on Career Uprising. Search for it on all the major outlets. It's out today. I hope this helps you guys. I love you guys. I'll do another video soon, okay? Take care. Bye.